Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Gala. Before we jump into the price action, I'd just like to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying that content, smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel and it's the first time you've watched us, why not hit that subscribe button so you can be kept up to date with all the latest videos. Turn on those bell notifications and leave us some feedback down below. We're always interested to hear from you guys, so whatever you got to say, drop it down there. Okay, so let's get into this now. So we're going to talk about some macro stuff quickly before we get into sort of the shorter term time frames. And what we want to be talking about is there's a few ways we can look at this move. So we can potentially look at this as a 5-wave move, where we look at this as a wave 1 into here, 2, and then all of this would become a wave 3. So if this is the case, effectively what we'd be looking for here is this 4th wave to the upside. So within this structure, basically, we've already come up to this 382 and we've got a bit of a rejection off of there. We wouldn't really want to come too much higher than this 077933. And basically, that would be the sort of higher range that we'd want to go within this structure as a 4th wave. We wouldn't really want to come too much higher than this. We can have a wick through or something like that, but we wouldn't really want to settle and carry on here. Invalidation would come by crossing this 154310. So we just need to be careful that within this move, either we don't get a zigzag play out where we get this as an A, we come back down and have a C wave to the upside and then look to break down from this point, or alternatively within this move there could be a nestled move that is a corrective structure, or we could take the structure from slightly further back here within the count, and this could be an A, B, and a C, and then we look to break down. So we just got to bear a few of these things in mind. This 5-wave move that we seem to be having at the moment, in isolation, it doesn't mean that we are in a new trend. What we want to see to confirm that we're in a new trend would be basically to see a move like this, where we form a 5-wave move. We come back down, we retest some of these zones, and then we look to push back to the upside in a bigger 3rd wave. And that 3rd wave would typically move to that 1.618. So it's a bit too early to say that we're in a new trend to the upside. That's my opinion. Everyone has a different one, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at the moment. So I'm still looking for this 5th wave to the downside potentially, and basically within this, if we had to come back up to this 50%, this zone could be this 01581 to this 5701 area. So this could be a zone that we look to target out if we actually look to break down for a 5th wave within this move. So that's just something that we need to bear in mind, that we could see this move deeper down in there. Alternatively, if you want to be more bullish on the situation, we can argue that we look at the move slightly different, where we look at this instead as a as basically double zigzags within this, or triple zigzag in this case. So it would be a zigzag X, zigzag X, zigzag to the downside, or a 3-3-3 move. If that was the case, effectively, then this would be our low point here at this 15509, and we wouldn't have any business really going below that again. And what we'd want to see, like I said before, is we'd want to see this play out as a 5-wave move, drop down, get that support, potentially form another 5-wave move, drop down, find that support, and then look to progress to the upside in a bigger trend. This is what we'd want to see for this confirmation. We want to see these higher lows getting set within the structure. This upright structure here doesn't really mean a lot at the moment. We can see we've had similar sort of things. This is obviously a bit bigger, but same thing here. We had a big rise here of 160%, and then it still fell off. So I mean, we're sitting at 255 now, so it is bigger, but it doesn't mean that it can't just roll over and actually set a new low. So we just need to be careful on that fact. Okay, so the other alternative of how we can look at this is slightly different as well, and potentially that we have a deeper correction within this. If we just treat this as a W into here and an X wave connection within these two, effectively we could actually be setting up for another drop here, where this becomes a either we look at this as an A, a flat for a B, and then we drop for a C, or alternatively we look at this as an ABC down, and then we're going to be within this B wave. So really this would only invalidate by crossing back above this 072816, but then it could also still become a flat correction in this Y wave, where we have an A, B, and a C. So we'd have to track this move. If we do get a zigzag to the upside here, it is still possible for us to come down and break this low, or alternatively we could form a bigger truncation and have a running flat if that's the case. So there's a few things, but basically this 1-to-1 would be this 4358. It doesn't have to travel 1-to-1. It could fall short at the 618 is sort of the minimum area that I'd want to see it go to. We haven't quite reached that. I think we've come down to the 50% if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. If we were looking at it in this sense, we've come down to the 50%. I'd want to see it come down a bit lower to that 618 at sort of a minimum level, but we can see here that basically if we had to drop down and take this low point, that 618 might be an interesting area, and all these other fib relationships that we can see on the screen now. So that's what we just got to keep an eye on. So we're going to go into the smaller time frame stuff now, because it's actually more important what this 5 wave does once it completes than anything else. Yeah, so that's what we need to keep an eye on, is actually what happens after the structure completes. If we start to break down from there, then we would have to just take it as a connector wave, and then we're looking for that additional low. If we find support and then we look to push up, then that would be sort of basically a confirmation. So I mean, I do think that there's a little bit of more upside here, but if we did have to break down from this point, effectively what we'd be looking for is looking to retest this 50% or this 618 area. So that would be 29247 to 25156. That's what we'd want to see, is we'd want to see that move back down, retest this, and then look to push away again. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the smaller time frame stuff now. Sort this out so we can see it nicely. So off of this low point here at this 015509, it is possible that we could actually be setting up for an impulsive structure here. So there's a few ways we can count this. We can actually count this as within this 4th wave here, and this 3rd wave actually completes over here, and we could have actually looked to actually completed the move potentially. Alternatively, we can also look at it as still requiring an extra leg here. So the way we'd be looking at it, if we're looking at it that extra leg, would be the fact that we look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 up into this high point. So that would be a 3rd wave completed there. So once again, there's a few ways we can look at this move. We can look at this potentially as a triangle into here, where this is A, B, C, D, E, and then actually we've completed this as a 5 wave move here. So if this is the case, what we'd then be looking for is the potential to actually start setting up for this 4th wave drop. So off of this low point, let me just get it right on there. The target zone would be this red box area. So this red box area is sort of the, I've done the higher range of this. It can actually come down to this 50%, which is this 31380. But because of the strength of this 3rd wave, I'd expect it to probably be a bit shorter. So it is possible that what we see is a move come down here deeper towards either this 42294 area, or alternatively this 35937 area would actually look as a retest for this 4th wave here. So I mean, this is an interesting zone because it depends where we want to look at this move from. We can also look at this slightly different. If we aren't looking to drop down deeper here, effectively what we could be is actually still within this 3rd wave, and actually we can look at this slightly different. So we can look at this potentially as a move like this, where instead of looking at this as a triangle here, we just look at this separately as a 5 wave move here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we push up again for a 5th wave. So if that's the case, what we'd be looking for here is confirmation of this. So we wouldn't want to cross this wave. The reason I'm not really looking at this currently as a favored count is because of how deep we've come here. We haven't quite crossed this wave 1, but it is very close, and if I get this right on there, you can see it's come down quite deep. It is still within the tolerances, but yeah, so I mean, we did come down to 50%, so it is still possible. If we do start to push up here, then it's actually possible that we're still within this wave 5 move to the upside. If that's the case, effectively what we'd be looking for is, there's a couple of ways of measuring this, but I'd be wanting to see if we actually move up deeper into this zone here, this 0.6312. And sort of this is the lower range, which we've already come into. So it is possible we can count this completed into this high point, and we're going to start breaking down for this 4th. But yeah, this would be, if we do push up further, this would be the zone I'll be looking to find rejection again. If we do find rejection in there, basically we can look at this potentially then as being the completed fifth wave in there. And we want to see if we get further evidence of an additional fourth and fifth. So we can count this in a few ways, like I said. So we can either count it that this is a 1, 2 here, and then we've got, when we're still within this fifth wave, or alternatively we can count it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in which case our third wave for this bigger move is actually here. This is our fourth and this is our fifth. So the prudent way of looking at this would be, once this completes, to treat it to anticipate a move into this zone and see how it reacts. If we retrace down into this area and we actually find support and then we look to push up again, then effectively it would be confirmation that this third wave is in play like this, and that actually we got a fifth wave to the upside like this. So that's the way I'm going to be having a look at this. If we do start to break down after this move to the upside here, effectively what we'd be looking at, so if I actually look at it off of this zone as well, if we're looking at this as a third wave, so that zone that we'd be looking to push up for this fifth wave is potentially here, the 63019 to this 58324. So it's possible we still like have some upside potential here. So we just got to give it a bit of time to play out. The thing is, this move is currently looking quite it's looking quite corrective in itself. So if we do actually move down again, it's possible that we could actually form this fourth wave, and it's actually just a bigger fourth within here, and we come down and we go towards these zones indicated. We can also look at this as potentially looking to be in a diagonal. So the way we'd look at this is slightly different. We'd take this wave 1, 2 slightly further back, then this would become a 1, 2, 3 for extension in the fifth wave of the third, and then actually this whole move here becomes potentially a diagonal, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and what we'd be looking for with this is effectively to have a 1-to-1 move to the upside here. We'd look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up into this high point, and then this would potentially be a completed B wave. If it's a completed B wave, what our target area would be is up here. If I put this onto this area here, so this 1-to-1 would be this 55342. That would be a zone I'd be looking to target out at a 1-to-1 if this is going to be an ABC move to the upside. Though technically speaking, it can always move up higher. This C wave technically can move up to this 1.618 and still be valid. So we just have to see how the structure exactly plays out. If we do see a move up here, potentially we could look to find resistance again at this trend line. It depends how long it takes exactly, but I mean, this is sitting at this 058 zone directly above us. So if we do move back up here and we're looking at the potential for this to be a diagonal shape, effectively what this could do is form this 5-wave move and then break to the downside. So if we do push back up, this could potentially be a zone that we look to find resistance and break down. However, we need to be careful, because if we do cross that zone of that, let's have a look again where it is. So all for the current structure, this 060184, if we cross that 060184, what we need to be careful of is basically the fact that this could then extend and become a bigger structure here, and this could become a 1, 2, 3, then we'd look for that fourth wave and a fifth wave, and then basically what this would tell us is that we're actually still within that wave 3, and we're not ready to break down for that fourth. It is also possible we could have had some other kind of a structure here as a flat correction, and then we're starting to move up for that fifth wave. So we just got to give it a bit of time. If we push up past that 1.618 zone, then we could have this 5-wave move playing out. However, if we just push up to this trend line, even we can break through it slightly, but I wouldn't want to go past that 1.618 and then find support and continue. If we do have a blow off here, what we'd want is that 1, 2, 3, 4 would break through here, break through this trend line, and then basically look to start to reverse and then break back down and through this bottom one, retest it, and then look to move away. So that's basically what we're going to be keeping an eye out. Okay, I hope you found the video useful. If you did and you enjoyed the content, please smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome with Crypto Rosetta. Why not hit that subscribe button? You know, you'll keep kept up to date with all the latest videos on altcoins, BTC, ETH daily, why not hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date? Okay, so I'm going to leave the video here and If you enjoyed the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you're new to the channel, you may as well hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all the latest TA updates regarding altcoins, ETH, BTC. We do daily videos, so it's worth hitting that subscribe button. Also, why not turn on that bell notification while you're at it? That way you'll never miss a video when we do put one out. Leave us some feedback down below. What's your thoughts? Do you think that we are in a bull market now, or do you think we're still in a bear market? What's your opinion? Always happy to hear from you guys. Okay, we're going to leave it there. I hope everyone has a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.